My name is Joe Otis, and you are watching the Joe is Lit YouTube page. And now we are getting started. We are in the pre-show. I'm now joined by my guest right now, my co-host, actually, the one and only, the guy who beat me last week, Mr. Michael Costello. Mike, how you doing?
Joe, how you doing? That's right. It is a party in the U.S.A. after my victory last week. So thank you very much for letting me have that.
Well, I'm really glad that you enjoyed that performance. Hopefully it won't happen again, and hopefully you'll be the one that's doing the singing this week.
No, I have a great song planned for you this week too, so I'm excited.
That's great. Well, you know what? I actually got off to a good start this week. Last night I did pick the Seahawks to beat the Los Angeles Rams 30-27. It was actually 30-29. I went with the money line pick on that one. I really didn't, even though it was only 1.5 points. I still picked the money line because I had a feeling it was going to be a close game. What did you think about the game?
I thought it was good. Dude, Russell Wilson looked good. I mean, he is a phenomenal quarterback, and if you put him in an offense that throws the ball 30 times a game, he's unbelievable. So he's so fun to watch play football, and then Chris Carson's finally getting it going. I mean, the Seattle team, even, not having that defense that they're known for, is just they know how to win games, and it's two tough losses for the Rams. But one thing I was happy about was the play of Todd Gurley. I mean, he played a lot. He's going to get a lot of rest now, so I was kind of excited to see that. I'm interested to see what's next for the Rams.
Yeah, definitely. With that, his injury concerns seem to be behind him right now. I mean, he had a great game last night. However, we're all moving on to Week 5.
And there we go. There's nice little leaves out there.
Yeah, look at that beautiful logo on the back.
Little autumn.
Let's go over the rules. So if you pick a 6-point over underdog outright to win, you get 4 points. If you pick the underdog to win outright, you get 3 points. If you pick the spread, you get 2 points. If you pick the favorite, you get 1 point. If Joe and Mike pick the same outcome, the tiebreaker for the points is the over-under. Mike, we discussed the over-unders already. Mike gets the first pick for winning Week 4 winning the over-unders. So now we'll get started. Our first game, Mike, will be the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Carolina Panthers. This game, I think the Jaguars fans are going crazy trying to give up on Nick Foles already for Gardner Minshew, who only really won 2 games. He beat a pretty crappy Denver Broncos team, and they beat the Titans on Thursday Night Football. As we said before, he has a cool-looking mustache, but I think that you Jaguars fans are crazy giving up on Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP, after 2 wins by G. Minshew himself. So I think you guys really ought to, don't count your chickens, don't count your eggs. Wait, I got that messed up, guys.
Which came first? I don't know.
Don't count your chickens before the eggs, whatever. I feel like George W. Bush now. Not to bring it.
Hey, come on.
Hey. Guys, I didn't even mean that for that to be a political comment. I was talking about when he said the fool me once, fool me twice things, but I'm rambling now. I like the Panthers to win 24, the Jaguars to win 17. So definitely would like my spread pick is the Panthers up by actually -3.5. I say take the Panthers -3.5. And Mike isn't as confident in the Panthers. He says take the Panthers on the money line at a -162. Mike, what do you think about that?
First things first, after the game, the Jaguars game, I actually did see the mustache, and I am trying to grow it. I might grow it for next week for the show, since I do need to shave. But, I mean, the first thing, he looked good. I mean, I actually picked him up on my fantasy team. He's going to sit the bench for this week because Carolina's defense is really good. They know how to get after the quarterback, and, that's why I'm going with the Carolina Panthers. I mean, you get Kyle Allen, without Cam Newton, they're trying to throw the football. Curtis Samuel, you Christian McCaffrey, Greg Olsen. I just don't know, the Carolina Panthers, I don't believe is a team that can blow somebody away and destroy them. So I had to take the money line here because I wasn't confident with that 3 points. Especially Jacksonville just loves keeping games close. I think I just read Jalen Ramsey is out for the second time. He's going to go see a specialist. I don't know if I can confirm that. So I think, that kind of plays in the favor, but I'm taking the Panthers at the money line here.
All right, moving forward, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Awesome game here.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty much looking forward to it. Even though they're both winless games, it should actually be interesting. I think that the Kyler Murray party will be out in full force today or this week coming up on Sunday. I like David Johnson as a running back. The Bengals, they look good in the first game. They look like garbage in the last three. So my pick for this game is the Cardinals 24 and the Bengals 20. My spread pick is pick the Cardinals +3. And I'm going to go out there. I want to get some points now. I'm going to be a little bit more risky. I say take the Cardinals on the money line +135. What do you think, Mike?
So, I mean, yeah, I think this game's a toss-up. I mean, this is going to be if you want to watch, I don't even know. Don't watch. I don't know. If you want to watch a game like this, then it's really a fantasy reason. I don't think you really want to watch this for the game of football. Kyler Murray, though, is starting in my fantasy lineup. This is a team where you want to have a lot of DFS players. I mean, Alden Tate's going to be the number 2 receiver right now for the Bengals. So if you're not, pick him up in your waiver wires because he's a start. But, I mean, the Arizona Cardinals just seem like they're a team that's kind of just – they're not really moving up. They look like they're kind of – moving backwards. And that's why I kind of chose the Bengals in this game for the money line because, the Bengals are just, they're kind of rolling. And that's why I'm going with the Bengals on the money line. Once again, I think it's a close game. So I think Andy Dalton, who's not playing on Monday night or Thursday night or Saturday or whatever it is, but he's playing on a Sunday at 1:00. I'm going with Andy Dalton.
All right. Moving forward, our next game is the Atlanta Falcons at the Houston Texans. And I think this game is going to be garbage. I feel that the Falcons are looking horrible this year. Everyone says that Dan Quinn will be the first coach fired. You'll probably find out on Monday. Maybe between him or Jay Gruden. Who knows?
Do they have a bye the next week?
I'm not really sure. Do they?
They do not actually. So I think he's going to hang around until the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah, their bye week is November. So
my pick for the game, I think the Texans are going to win 31. The Falcons 13. My spread pick is the Texans -4, and I'm going to say take the Texans -4, and I think you think the same as well as I do, Mike. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams. I mean, Texans haven't been playing well either, and they can't seem to protect Deshaun Watson. But I don't think this is Atlanta Falcon teams that can really pressure him. They're really injured on defense, and losing Keanu Neal was huge for safety, and I think that Hopkins and Will Fuller is going to be able to get behind the defense. So I'm taking the Texans here. I think that this is going to be not a very high scoring game. So I don't know if you want me to get into that now regarding your this is one of our tiebreakers, I believe, correct?
Yes, this is a new tiebreaker.
We didn't do any practice or stuff, so we're just straight shooting. I don't really know. Okay, yeah. So
I chose. Yeah, you go, Mike.
Yeah, so this is one of the tiebreakers that I chose, and I just, like I said, the Atlanta Falcons offense. I mean, Matty Ice, you just don't know with Julio and everything, and the Texans defense used to be good. Everybody wanted them for fantasy, so I had to go with the under here. Are you happy with the over, Joe?
You know what? I'm hoping it's the over. I'm hoping that maybe finally Julio Jones, will wake up, have a big game. You never know. Maybe Devontae Freeman will finally come forward and get over 100 yards, total yards. Maybe he'll do something good. Everyone thought the Falcons' offense was going to be great this year, but they're really not doing much. I mean, missing Keanu Neal is huge for their defense. So, we think that the Texans are going to, destroy them. Probably, they should definitely cover laying the points. But I think this game could go the over. Hopefully, it'll be a nice big offensive output for both the Falcons and Matt Ryan, and also the Texans from Deshaun Watson. So, moving forward to the next game, I got some great news, Mike. We have one viewer. What do you think?
It's awesome. We had last week, so we're rolling, man. We can get to 2.
Yeah,
we're gonna make money. Yeah, ready.
All right. So the next game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. I think this game, if you look at the Buccaneers, there's kind of like a pattern. You look back at week 2, they went into Carolina and beat the Panthers. Week 3, they laid an egg at home, losing the Giants by a point. And then last week, they went into LA and dismantled the Rams. So I think this week will be back to the same old for the Buccaneers. I think they're going to lose to the Saints. It'll be a score of 27-13. My spread pick is the Saints -3. And we're actually both saying take the Saints -3 on this one. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, and last week, this is a tough game because you look at Tampa Bay playing, the Rams last week, and that was the game I said to hammer the over on. And as you see, they doubled that. It was 90 some points in that game, and that's a huge win for Tampa Bay on the road. And they're almost the first place team in that division. So I mean, you look at them; they're actually a good team. But coming off of that big win in the Rams, and now going into New Orleans, I just don't see them winning that game. The Saints come off a huge win against the Cowboys. I don't think their defense is going to play that great. I do think they take the -3. But the one thing I will say is go with the over in this game. This is another one of our tiebreakers, but this is one of the ones that I was saying too. It's a good game here to kind of go with the over. I think there's going to be points scored. I don't believe that they're going to, the Saints pass defense has not been great, and they were great last week against Dak, but they haven't been all the rest of the year. So, Joe, you got the 45.5 under because you had no choice since, I won last week. So your thoughts on that one?
Well, it won't be a party in the USA for me for this game. And I think that actually might be a little more low scoring. I think that for some reason with the over-unders, every game you think is going to be an over ends up being an under and vice versa. So I'm hoping that'll be the case for me this week. I think that I have Mike Evans on my fantasy team, so hopefully we'll do some good. Maybe James will get him the ball.
I got him.
All right, moving on to the next game. It's the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Football Giants. Mike, I can see this game going, one of two ways. I mean, it could either be a Vikings blowout. However, I think I'm looking at history right now. I think that I'm going back to the 2001 NFC Championship game. You guys remember the Giants beat the Vikings 41-0. Maybe the Vikings don't too well in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So I think that the Vikings are going to win this game, but I think it'll be Vikings 31 and the Giants 27. I like Danny Dimes. I think he's doing pretty good. I think he's a good quarterback. Like I said, he had some probably awful receivers at Duke where they kept dropping the ball. My spread pick is to take the Giants +5. And I think that I'm going to take the Giants +5 for my pick this week. What do you think, Mike?
So for betting purposes, I actually like the under to this game. I think that this is a different game. I mean, Minnesota is just they're calling out the quarterback and, Kirk, it's just so much is going on right there. So I think this is a bounce back week. I mean, the Giants have won 2 games in a row. Daniel Jones looks great, but he hasn't faced the defense like the Vikings yet. I actually benched Daniel Jones in my fantasy league for Kyler Murray, but that's not the game. But looking at but going with the Vikings game, I mean, I think that Kirk Cousins is actually going to come out, and I think he's going to try and throw the deep ball. And it's been proven against the New York Giants that they're susceptible to throwing game, as you mentioned Mike Evans earlier this podcast. So I'm going to go along the lines and say, I'm going to take Minnesota. I don't think that they're going to cover the spread. I'm not really sure about that. So I'm just going safe and going Minnesota on the money line. If Kirk Cousins can connect the deep ball at Thielen and Diggs, this game could be double digits.
All right.
So I'm playing it safe.
Moving forward to the next game, we're going across the pond to the United Kingdom. We got the Chicago Bears at the Oakland Raiders. I think a lot of people are expecting the Bears to stomp the Raiders in this game. But the thing is, it's in England. It's not like the game is being played in Oakland. I think that
a lot of distractions.
Being on foreign soil, there could be a lot of distractions there as well. And I think the Bears will win the game though, but 17-10. I do expect them to cover the 5.5 points. However, I think in my gut saying take the Bears in the money line. This one -225. Mike, what do you think?
So this is a game else, as I'm saying, pound the under. If you're going to look at it, hit the under here. So I don't believe it's going to be a high scoring game. I'm taking Bears. I'm taking them with the 5.5 points. Mitch Trubisky's not playing. I think that the Bears offense is better with Chase Daniel. I mean, they look like they ran a more proficient, NFL offense with Tariq Cohen finally getting involved. And that's something I think Chicago needs to stick with. And I'm taking this game. Thank you, Raiders, for winning last week against the Colts. That really helped me there with that big underdog. And I know a lot of people I told to take the Raiders with that, and that was a nice hit straight on the money line with that. So, but I just
got some 4 points on that one.
I did, and a lot of people I told to take that. So I'm glad that it panned out.
Did you ever think, being a Texas Longhorns fan, that Colt McCoy will be starting an NFL game and Chase Daniel?
I love Colt. I hope that Colt. That's the I'm excited for that one.
All right, so moving
forward,
we got our team. The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Jets at the link. I think this game is going to be a blowout. I mean, the fact of the matter is Sam Darnold is not playing again with this mono. It's kind of silly. I think that the Eagles are going to win this one 38-10. I think that there are some games with the Eagles, they it's like they always make it close when they play teams that are less than them, and then they just come out in the end. This is going to remind me of a game where I think they'll get out to an early lead, and they'll keep that lead for a little while, and then the Jets may get some points in garbage time. So my spread pick is going to be take the Eagles minus 13.5, and Mike and I both agree to take the Eagles minus 13.5 with our pick. So this one is going to be going to the over-under tiebreaker. So, Mike, what do you think about the game, first of all?
I'm an Eagles fan, and I think that's why I picked this. It's a little scary, though. I mean, the Jets are coming off a bye week. Yes. I can't remember his name, the quarterback. Sam Darnold is obviously not going to be playing. But I don't know. There's just something about the Jets coming off a bye week, and usually, it kind of favors them. And 13.5 points is a lot to come after, a big win off the Green Bay Packers, which nobody expected them to do. So covering this is a little iffy, but I'm an Eagles fan, so hey, why not? Go for it.
I don't even know who the Jets quarterback is this week. I couldn't even tell you. So we're going to go with the tiebreaker as the over-under on this one.
Is it Trevor Siemian? I don't even know.
I don't even know. Couldn't tell you. I like the over on this one. I picked the Eagles to win 38-10, so I think this is going to go the over. Mike's forced to take the under on this one because I got the pick this game. What do you think about the points, Mike?
So I don't know. I'm trying to look for the backup right now. It is Trevor Siemian. I actually got that right. Wow. Wait. Yeah. So, I have no idea. This game, like I said, it just to be a toss-up. The Eagles are going to let up points, that's for sure. So I guess I'm glad that. What did you give me? The over or the under?
You got the under on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not glad about that, but it is what it is.
All right. So moving forward on to the next.
Sorry, it's Luke Falk. Trevor Siemian's on the IR. It's Luke Falk.
Luke Falk. So we got the Baltimore Ravens next against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that the Steelers kind of pounded the Bengals last week on Monday Night Football. They'll be on 6 days rest on this one. So I like the Ravens winning this game. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a divisional matchup there in at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. I think that it could come down to a last-second field goal with Justin Tucker hitting it. But I do like the Ravens with the spread -3. And I'm saying however, I do say take the Ravens on the money line, though, -175. It could be a very close game there. Mike, what do you think?
I think this is a game that can come back to haunt me because I believe that Pittsburgh is going to win this game. I mean, Baltimore, I don't think they've really proved anything just yet. And last week against the Browns, I don't think it proved anything at all. So, I'm taking the Steelers +3. I probably should have took them straight up because then, it would have gave me that extra point, and I think that extra point is going to come back. But I think the Steelers' offense looks really good. I was impressed by the way they used Jalen Samuels and James Conner and kind of threw the ball to them out of the backfield. And I think that's the way you're going to get to this team, in Baltimore, but they're letting up runs. The Baltimore defense isn't the Baltimore defense of old. They've, and a lot of new players. And I think that this is too much. I think Pittsburgh's going to win this game.
Okay. So moving forward.
Do we have our second viewer yet, or we're still at 1?
Actually, we have 0 now.
They left. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
We had 1 viewer, 1 left, and 1 came in, the other one left.
I think my wife felt bad for me.
Yeah, they probably have to watch TGIF or something like that. So next we got the Buffalo Bills at the Tennessee Titans. The Bills, they played the Patriots as tough they could. They covered the spread last week. The quarterback got knocked out of the game, Allen. He's coming back to play the Titans this week, who have a pretty decently stingy defense. But however, I did think the Titans are going to win this one 20-10. I would say for my spread pick, take the Titans -3. And I think Mike and Grimmy, we're both going to take the Titans -3 on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh Allen's not playing. He's still in the concussion protocol. And, I really like Josh Allen a lot. I mean, I know this Bills defense is really good. And I think this is going to be a very low, another tight game, very low scoring game here. But I'm going to go with the Titans -3. I mean, they're winning. Mariota actually looked good last week. So, yeah. But, I didn't get the pick.
And going with the over-under tiebreaker, we have the 38.5. I say go under. Mike says go over. Mike's forced to take that one because I was my pick. So, what do you? If you had to honestly pick, Mike, what would you think?
Oh, I would pick the under. I mean, like I said, Buffalo Bills, I mean, they looked awesome against New England, and New England scored on a touchdown, they're like a pump block, so New England only had like 10 points. They really did a great job against Tom Brady. So, Marcus Mariota is not Tom Brady. And yeah, so we'll see if Derrick Henry can break a 78-yard touchdown run. That'll be the game, 7-0.
All right, next game is the New England Patriots. Speaking of Tom Brady, against the Washington Redskins. I mean, it's pretty funny. I mean, it seems like the Patriots get the easiest schedule in the world.
I have them as my defense in every fantasy league.
Yeah, and now they're playing the Redskins. I mean, the thing is that, like we were talking about Colt McCoy earlier, when he was a rookie quarterback for the Cleveland Browns back in 2010, he beat both the New Orleans Saints and then the Patriots back-to-back weeks. So, I mean, I think history isn't going to repeat itself, but it might be closer than people think. I think that a lot of people are expecting the Patriots to blow out the Redskins, but I think the score will be the Patriots 31, the Redskins 17. My spread pick is to take the Redskins plus 14.5, and my pick is to take the Redskins 14.5. So I'm going to go with that. Mike, you think that the Patriots are going to blow out the Redskins and then probably lay the points to cover? What do you think about that?
Listen, Bill Belichick does one thing, and he knows who to take out. It's the Redskins. I don't even know if he knows who to take out. Terry McLaurin, I believe I haven't really looked up any research. He was out last week with a hamstring. I don't know if he's back this week. But if he's there, I would assume they're going to key on him. And I'm not really worried about anybody else right now. And, Colt McCoy, hasn't really had a connection with any of these guys. I think the Patriots just ground and pound all day. I think this is a big game for Sony Michel. And I would definitely do the under with this game. If you're, going to bet this game, I would take the under. I think that this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I think the Patriots are looking at letting up maybe 6 points in this game.
Next game is the Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that the Broncos don't really look very good this year. They're 0-4. They got a new coach, Nick Fangio. I just think they need some work at quarterback. I don't think Joe Flacco was the answer there, and they should have maybe made a move to try to get a quarterback in the draft. I feel that I like Melvin Gordon coming back this week. He gets a lot of touchdowns. He rushes hard. Austin Eckler is going to get his touches, I think, as well. I think that he'll catch some balls out of the backfield. I like the Chargers winning this game. I think it'll be a pretty easy one for them, 28-17. I like the Chargers on the spread, a -6.5. However, I would say take the Chargers on the money line. It is a divisional matchup, so it could be closer than you think, -275. What do you think, Mike?
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl.
That's true. So did Brad Johnson.
Trent Dilfer.
Dilfer.
Tim Rattay won a fantasy championship, by the way, on my team. Just like to send a shout out to him. But I don't know. I mean, I'm taking the Denver Broncos here at 6.5. This is another one of my I don't know. There's something about this game. I like the Raiders last week at this, and I like the Broncos. I was close to taking the Broncos here on the money line, and I kind of faded it because I was like, I'm just going to take the points because the Broncos, they're a team that just keeps everything close. And they're in games, they're out of games, they're in games, but they've never really been blown away in a game. And I think they keep this close. San Diego went to the East Coast, and Phillip Rivers looked good, but they had more injuries to that team. So I am going to take the Broncos here at 6.5. I think they keep this game close. And I think they actually have a shot at winning this game. So if you want to take a shot at this, I would say take the Broncos on the money line.
It's funny. I call them San Diego every so often, too.
I don't even realize I did that. But the bottom line is they have home field, and it's not even a home field advantage. So
really, they're in the soccer stadium.
Yeah.
So the next game is a classic matchup, and this is one that'll be circling on everybody's calendar. It's the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. Be playing live from AT&T Stadium. I think a lot of people are expecting the Cowboys to win this one. They are the favorite. It is a battle of two teams that are both coming off big losses in prime time. Dallas lost to New Orleans last week, and then, of course, the Eagles beat the Packers at Lambeau. However, I think the Packers are going to rebound this week and win the game. I predict them to win 34-27. And my spread pick is to take the Packers, and that will be Packers +4. And I think that you should just go out. I'm going to take the Packers on the money line. I need some points. What do you think, Mike?
I mean, as an Eagles fan, I'm rooting for the Packers. So I'm glad that this is a 4:00 game since every game's at 1:00, and I get to watch that. And if I'm up big against you at 1:00, I'll root against the Cowboys. But I don't know. I just think that the Cowboys are, I think the Cowboys are going to win this game. I mean, they're a really good football team. Their defense is fast. They're flying high. Dak Prescott, I still like, as a fantasy quarterback. I like Zeke Elliott. I think that the Cowboys are going to be, here. I think it's Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams is out. That's a huge. Jamal Williams is out. It changes the running game for the Packers, and I think that's too hard to come by. You lose one of the best receivers in football. That's too hard to win. And Balaga, I guess I don't know what's up with him, if he's going to be playing or not. So I think this is a game that the Cowboys come back, and especially coming back at home, I think the Cowboys win this game. So I would take them on the money line.
Yeah, I think that maybe Aaron McConnell will be trying to get some revenge against his old team, and I think that Valdez-Scantling and Geronimo Allison have to have some big games here.
I picked up Jimmy Graham in a lot of my leagues too, so I'm hoping that he gets a lot of red zone targets. But
now this one is a fun Sunday night game here. We have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Kansas City to rematch the divisional playoff round last year. This game, I think that a lot of people are expecting the Chiefs' offense to overpower the Colts' defense, but the Chiefs, they kept it close to the Lions last week. They didn't cover the spread there. But I think that for this game, I think that the Chiefs will win. I think it'll be 38-30. But I think that Jacoby Brissett and I think Marlon Mack is supposed to be helping this week and maybe coming back. I think that they'll be able to keep it close, and I think that you take the 11 points, and that's actually what I'm going to pick here. Take the Colts plus 11. And Mike, what do you think?
You don't like Andy Reid, do you? This is the second week in a row you're going against those Chiefs with Andy. Come on now. He did a lot of good things for us in Philly, okay? So, yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is ridiculous. He is so good. And, I mean, going against this Colts team who just let up, 30 points against the Raiders? Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs, welcome. I'm taking them minus 11. Right. Enough said.
On to the Monday night game. And, Mike, we have our record 2 viewers now.
Told you. Because I got the Miz shirt on.
That's right. So moving forward to the Monday night game, it's going to be the Cleveland Browns traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. I think that this is actually going to be a pretty fun game to watch on Monday night. It's very rare. The Cleveland Browns are new to primetime football in the modern days. I like the 49ers winning this one, though, 20-17. I think it'll be close. And my spread pick is to take the 49ers minus 3.5, but that really didn't make sense, did it?
No, that's why I made that face, but it's okay. That's why we didn't rehearse this.
Yeah, so I mean, I really, I don't really think they're going to. I had to pick a spread pick, that's what it would be. But I mean, I'm not too confident in the Browns keeping it really close. But I say take the more 49ers on the money line, as do you. I mean, what do you want for the over under in this one?
So first off, I have a math equation for you. Did those 2 people leave after watching that?
No, they're still watching right now.
Okay, well, thank you very much for sticking around. I think obviously San Fran's going to take this game. They're coming off a bye as well. Cleveland's playing on prime time. It's going to be interesting to see. I like what San Fran's doing. Devin Coleman coming back. I don't really know what they're going to expect, but I think that this is also a game too where I think it's going to be the over. I'm going big on the over in this game. I think that there's going to be a lot of scoring with this game. San Fran's defense does look good. They had a week off. We'll see if they can get it back. But I'm definitely, I would say, go with the over with this game. And I think this is the first game that I actually did take for our tiebreakers because I'm big on the over with this game. This is one of my number one.
After the over, I thought that I made a banner for that one, but fans, I'm sorry I didn't do it. My fault. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I mean, it works. That was my number one pick right there with the over. So.
All right, so the next is the Mega Parlay. It's worth 5 points. And my Mega Parlay pick is to take the Panther minus 3. The Cardinals on the money line plus 135. The Saints minus 3. The Titans minus 162 on the money line. That'll be a $10 bet. That'll get you $136.95. And the Mega Parlays do get you 5 points, though. But, I mean, I'm down 20 for the year. I lost my 2 parlays the prior 2 weeks. Mike, what do you think of your parlay?
Well, I'm liking mine. I mean, I didn't really. I don't think I lived too dangerously, But I was going to go Denver on the money line, and I was like, you know what? Let's just play it safe. I'm playing for you, singing the song, and I'm very excited for you to sing that. So I have the Panthers at -3. I got the Bears at -225. Like I said, that game, I just, it's very iffy. It's in London. I just want to go with the Bears because I think they'll win the game. But the Texans at -4 and the Titans -3. So I think that's a pretty safe play. Like I said, I'm a parlay kind of guy. So I would tease some of these games up and down. But, that's a different story. I don't want to make things all fancy here. So I just went straight off.
All right. All right. Now it's the time that everybody's been waiting for to find out which song we picked for each other. And Mike,
we might get 55 viewers after this comment right here.
Yeah, this is the song. So the song that Mike picked for me for my punishment this week, Should I Lose Again?
You're welcome.
The Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli. It's a beautiful opera song that I know you all want to hear my opera voice after hearing Miley Cyrus. I have a nice range. I go from
you have to be Will Ferrell from Step Brothers. I don't know if you can top that.
Will Ferrell from Step Brothers, huh?
Yeah.
Boats and Host.
I don't know if you can top that one.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with I Touch Myself from the Divinyls. I think that'll be hilarious to watch Mike do that. Hopefully we'll get done this week. And, guys, it's Friday night at 10:17. I'd like to thank the one person who stuck around with us the whole time. We're going to add some more content to this show. Right now, we're just sticking with NFL picks. We have some plans that we're going to be talking about, when we do rehearse the show. And hopefully we'll give some more content to you in the future. But in the meantime, that'll be the end of the show for tonight. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Mike, best of luck to you.
Thank you. You too, Joe. I'm a nice person.
Yeah, you are a nice person, and you are my buddy, and we've known each other for 22 years, all the new fans there. And Mike, you let the fans know what they always have to do.
Oh, fans, root for me and stay lit.
That's right. Good night, everybody.
We're not signing off yet.